The city pulsed around me, a symphony of ambition and endless motion. Another day, another deal, another step in a life meticulously crafted for success. My routine was a well-oiled machine, predictable, powerful, and utterly devoid of surprises. I believed I had seen it all, conquered it all, and that nothing could truly shake the foundations of my carefully constructed world. But then, amidst the relentless rhythm of the city, something shattered that illusion. A figure huddled against a cold wall, clutching 3 small children. The sight was a stark contrast to the polished world I inhabited. She looked tired, hungry, and utterly defeated. My steps slowed, then stopped. A name, long buried, clawed its way to my lips. Could it truly be her? The past, a ghost I thought I'd outrun, stood before me, raw and undeniable. The woman slowly lifted her head. Her eyes, once so vibrant, now held a weary resignation. Recognition flickered, then widened into a painful surprise. It was Anita, the woman I had once known, now a shadow of her former self. She forced a smile, a fragile mask over deep pain, remarking on my apparent good fortune. But my gaze was fixed on the children, a knot forming in my stomach. The question, unbidden, escaped my lips. Her hesitation was a physical blow. She looked away, a silent admission. Yes, they were hers. The next question, about their father, hung heavy in the air, a cruel echo of a past I had long forgotten. The answer, when it came, was delivered with a quiet strength that belied her fragile state. He had left, long before they were born. My carefully constructed composure crumbled. Guilt, shock, and a fierce, unexpected protectiveness washed over me, a tidal wave of emotions I hadn't felt in years. I knelt, my expensive suit feeling utterly out of place on the cold pavement. One of the little girls, with an innocent curiosity, reached out and touched my hand. Her small voice, filled with a simple, heartbreaking plea, cut through the noise of the city. "Mummy, I'm hungry." I looked around, seeing the stark reality of their situation. No food, no bags, nothing but the clothes on their backs and the desperation in Anita's eyes. The question formed, heavy with unspoken accusation and dawning horror. Her answer was a whisper, but it resonated like a shout in my ears. Too long. She recounted a story of loss, of a job gone, a home lost, wiping away tears quickly, trying to maintain a semblance of dignity. She hadn't wanted anyone to see her like this. The full weight of their suffering, the sheer injustice of it, hit me with a force that stole my breath. I took a long, shuddering breath, the reality of her words sinking deep into my soul. Why hadn't she called me? The question was both an accusation and a desperate plea. Her response was a bitter truth, a stark reminder of the chasm that had grown between us. "We're not part of your world anymore, Michael." Her words were a mirror, reflecting my own past indifference, my own self-absorption. The guilt was a heavy cloak, suffocating me. But beneath it, a new resolve began to stir. This wasn't just about Anita. It was about these innocent children caught in a life they didn't choose. I knew, with a sudden, fierce clarity, that I had to do something. I helped the children into the back of my SUV, their small bodies a fragile contrast to the luxurious leather seats. Anita hesitated, her pride warring with her desperation. She voiced her doubts, her fear of being a burden, reminding me that I owed her nothing. But in that moment, I knew I owed her everything. My voice, though soft, carried an unwavering conviction. Maybe I do. I opened the passenger door, a silent invitation, a promise of a different path. After a moment of profound internal debate, she finally entered. As the car pulled away, I felt a shift, a quiet turning point in a life I thought was unchangeable. Later, in the quiet elegance of a restaurant, the children ate with an almost desperate joy, their small faces alight with a happiness I hadn't seen before. Anita watched them, tears welling in her eyes, overwhelmed by the simple act of a warm meal. I told her she didn't have to explain anything, not yet, but I made it clear I wanted to help. Her question, filled with a lifetime of hurt, cut deep. Why? After everything. The answer was complex, rooted in a past love and a present, undeniable responsibility. Because once I had loved her, and now, looking at these innocent faces, I knew no one deserved to suffer like this, especially children. My words hung in the air, a bridge between our fractured past and an uncertain future. Anita's eyes, already brimming, overflowed. It was a moment of raw vulnerability, a silent acknowledgement of shared history, and a glimmer of hope for what lay ahead. The weight of my past choices pressed down on me, but a new path, one of responsibility and redemption, was slowly revealing itself. That night, I led them into my mansion, a world away from the streets they had known. The triplets looked around in wide-eyed awe, their small hands clutching mine. The house staff, usually so discreet, watched with a mixture of curiosity and surprise. I insisted they stay, no arguments. Anita, ever proud, worried about being a burden. But I reassured her, my voice firm with a newfound conviction. You're not. Not anymore. As I knelt to gently touch one of the children's hair, something caught my attention, a detail that sent a jolt through me. The child's eyes. They were so familiar. They looked like mine. A cold dread, mixed with a terrifying hope, seized me. I looked at Anita, my voice barely a whisper, the question hanging heavy in the air. Anita, these kids, they look a little like me. She closed her eyes, a silent admission that spoke volumes. The silence stretched, thick with unspoken truths. Then, her voice, broken and raw, confirmed my deepest fear and my most profound hope. Michael, they are yours. The words hit me like a physical blow, shattering every defense, every carefully constructed wall. She explained, her voice trembling, that she hadn't known how to tell me, and when she tried, I was already gone. Stunned, tears, hot and unexpected, filled my eyes for the first time in years. Mine, all this time. She nodded, her own tears flowing freely now. I slowly turned to the triplets, my children, and knelt, the dam breaking, crying softly, a lifetime of regret and a future of fierce love pouring out. I promised, my voice shaking with emotion, that I wouldn't fail them, any of them, ever again. The morning sun, bright and optimistic, bathed the mansion in a golden glow. It felt like a new dawn, not just for the day, but for my entire life. Life, I realized, gives second chances, but not to everyone. I was one of the fortunate ones, grateful beyond words to have found mine. As I lifted one of my children into my arms, their small hand clutching my finger, and held Anita's hand, a new family, forged in hardship and redeemed by truth, stood together. The future, once so predictable, was now filled with the promise of love, responsibility, and a hope I never knew I was missing.